What's up YouTube, it's Seth here with Lost Legion TCG, here to do a deck profile on my Chaos deck. It's a conglomeration of a bunch of different archetypes that like to be banished in the grave, so on and so forth. It's treated me pretty well. I enjoy it a lot. The first engine we play is 3 Thunder Dragon. We play a pretty heavy Thunder Dragon package. Obviously, when you think about cards that enjoy being banished, the Thunder Dragons come to mind. 3 copies of Thunder Dragon, 3 copies of Thunder Dragon Roar. Thunder Dragon Roar is one of the ones you would like to mill the most into your grave, so you can banish it to get free special summons. There are other ways to work it out, but the one you're going to be summoning off of your Dragon Roar is one of your 2 copies of Dragon Dark. Now, if you open one of these, it's not a big deal because then you have an additional interruption with your Titan, but you ideally do not want to open this. It's not a card you want to see in your hand. It's a card you want to summon off of the Dragon Roar. 2 copies of Thunder Dragon Matrix and 1 copy of Dragon Hawk. Matrix, again, is an interruption with your Titan. Dragon Hawk used to be the best Thunder Dragon, but now, since Colossus is banned, it's just an extender that you search if you need it. We also play the 1 copy of Thunder Dragon Duo. This is a pseudo chaos monster. You banish them to summon it. It's a level 8, so it helps with XZ plays. It's just another way to banish your Thunder Dragons in grave that you want to banish. That's it for the Thunder Dragon package. Next, we get into the Chaos package, which is one of each of the baby dragons. You can play more, but they're limited, and they still serve their purpose. They're still searchable. 3 copies of Chaos Valkyria. This card is awesome. I tried it at 2, and I wanted 3. I wanted to have it in my hand. I wanted to have it in my graveyard. It's an extender. It sets up an alternate win condition for you. And how often do you get to play something with 50 defense? It's pretty cool. 3 copies of Chaos Dragon Levianeer. This card also gets you to your alternate win condition. I'm referencing this win condition a lot. You'll see it in a little bit. The Levianeer is awesome. It can rip a card from hand. It can special summon a card from graveyard. It can destroy cards on the field, non-targeting. It's just, this card has a little bit of everything. Plus, it's a level 8 and a 3k body. This card's perfectly designed. 2 Chaos Creator. This card is also amazing. It banishes a light and a dark, summons itself, typical Chaos things, but it shuffles back banished cards to recur your resources, but it revives one of them. So if you have 3 banished monsters, you shuffle 2 and revive 1, and it's an extender. It's also a level 8, which is huge. Just getting to your singular rank 8 that you play is actually really important for the end board of this deck. That's it for the Chaos package. For the monsters, it's a little small, but we play a Lightsworn engine, which is just 3 copies of Raiden and 3 copies of Wolf. You want to obviously mill the Wolf, and Raiden is in a normal summon, mills 2. Your other normal summon in the deck is 3 copies of Shiranui Solitaire. Shiranui Solitaire is a 1-card Synchro 8. When you normal summon it, activate its effect to tag out for your Unizombie. Activate your Unizombi's second effect targeting itself. Send to Mizuki. Mizuki revives Shiranui Solitaire. 4 and 4 is 8. If your Solitaire gets ashed, it sucks, but you live with it. Play 1 copy of Denko Sekka. I will always play at least 1 Denko Sekka if I'm playing Thunder Dragons. They can search the card, and it's just a blowout against trap decks. I've searched it against Eldritch. I've searched it against Altergeist, Guru. Guru has a less of a problem with it than the other ones, but our alternate win condition is Archlord Christia. I call it the alternate win condition, but it's what won me most of my games. If your opponent can't special summon, if your opponent's playing Drytron and they can't special summon, they just have to go to the next game. Their entire deck is special summoning, so if they don't open a way to deal with the Christia, be it Imperm, Dark Ruler, Droplets, whatever, Christia can just flat out win game 1s right off the bat, and then you can go into your sideboard to take game 2 and 3. It's a huge monster count, but that is it for the monsters. This is a very monster-centric deck. We do play some spell cards, obviously. We're going to play 3 Charge of the Light Brigade. Mill 3, that's all this card had to say. All this card had to say was send the top 3 cards of your deck to your graveyard, and we would have played it. But the fact that it also gets you to your Raiden is huge. 3 copies of Chaos Space. This is a godsend for any deck Chaos related. Even not, I know Dragon Link plays this card. It searches mostly your baby dragons, but you can search Valkyria, you can search Levianeer, you can search Chaos Creator. This card is incredible. It pitches a card, so it gives you graveyard presence, and it lets you draw a card with an incredible graveyard effect. This card is another one of those cards that's just perfectly designed. To round out the deck, we play 2 copies of Thunder Dragon Fusion. No hand traps. We're kind of going for a you can't break my board mentality. The sideboard for this would probably be entirely geared towards going second, but again, your sideboard is going to vary depending on what you're attending. If you're playing at a locals, if you have them right now, A, you're lucky, and B, you should build your side deck to whatever you're planning to play against. That's it for the main board. It's a huge monster count. There's 8 spells, and it's a 43 card main, if I remember correctly. But onto the extra deck, we're going to start with the Link monsters. We're going to play the Verde Anaconda. Verde Anaconda is huge. It can get you into your Thunder Dragon Fusion if you can't get to the dark. It can really help you in the grind game. But Thunder Dragon Fusion is your only main board target for it, so that is important to note. We're playing fusion monsters, so we're going to play a Cross Sheep. It's self-explanatory. It's an extender, helps you link climb, and it's just a good card, honestly. 1 copy of IP Masquerena. This card will be on a lot of your end boards. IP Masquerena is still a really good card. I don't care what anybody says. To go with the IP, we play the one unicorn. We also play a Nightmare Phoenix to deal with back row. These 2 also help out with the discard for cost to help you get your grave presence. Plus, Unicorn itself is a dark for your chaos plays. Our Link 4s, we play 1 Apollosa. This card is not the best right now, but it's okay. It's still good against Virtual World. It's still good against Drytron. It's still a good card. It just doesn't see a whole lot of play against Eldritch or back row decks, but that's fine. And then our Game Ender is Access Code. If you can't afford Access Code, you can easily play Boral Sword in its place. Boral Sword and Access Code serve much of the same purpose here. It's just your end boards will almost always have a Link monster on them, and you can always get into a Link 2, whether it be your Cross Sheep IP or Phoenix, in order to make the Access Code. We play some Synchros. We play the best card in the deck, the Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magical Dragon. This is essentially Dragon Rulers from Modern Era. This card is insane. It says add 1 mill 4. I can't believe this card exists, and I can't believe this card isn't seeing more play than it is. You can also special summon it back from grave by banishing a light and a dark. It's insane. We play 1 copy of Cyframe Lord Omega. Sometimes you have a hand where you just want to rip a couple cards from your opponent, or in a super simplified game state, if they're top decking and you can just rip the top deck with Omega, that can just be game. Omega's a good card. I've had it come up. I was under Shifter, so I just made Omega, and then I just made Omega and ripped a card, which it was the only card left in his hand. The last synchro is a Savage Dragon. Savage Dragon, you won't make it a lot, but the end boards that do have it are incredible. They're the best end boards you can make. They're mostly for if you don't use your zombie engine, but you end up milling both your Mizuki and your Unizombie, or something along those lines, or if you end up milling like a Solitaire and a Mizuki or something like that. If you can get to an additional Synchro 8 later in the combo, you'll get to the Savage. It's not on all of your end boards. Some XZs we play 1 Dugaris and 1 Abyss Dweller. Dugaris is an additional way to revive your Christia at the cost of your main phase of your next turn, but that's fine because a lot of times when people see Christia, they're just going to scoop anyway, unless they top deck a Droplet or whatever, but if they have the droplet, good for them. Next, the Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller just says no to Grave, and people like to play with their Graves. Abyss Dweller says no. It's really good against Rogue. It's decent against Virtual World. It's pretty decent against Eldritch. It's a pretty good card all around. The Last XZ is 1 copy of Hope Harbinger. This is the rank 8 that you're going to make for 90% of your combos. Most of your end boards are going to end with a Hope Harbinger just because you play so many level 8s. I wanted to play 2, but I couldn't find the space. If I did have to cut a card to play 2, I might cut the Nightmare Phoenix, but Phoenix has saved my butt too many times to cut. And then the last 2 cards in the extra deck are 2 copies of Thunder Dragon Titan. You play 2 so you can shuffle 1 back to make the second one, so you will always have Titans. Titan is 3,200. You banish cards to save him, which can trigger your Thunder Dragon effects. Wish we could play a Titan and a Colossus, but we can't, but that's okay. So we have to settle for playing 2 Titan, and the end boards are still really crazy if you mill well. The deck is RNG, so it's all your luck, and if you're like me, you'll not have any luck when it matters, but that's okay. That's it for the profile, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with a combo test hand video. I guess you can't really do a combo with this deck, so we'll run a couple test hands and see if you guys can follow my line of play and see if you guys could even be better than me at this deck. You probably can. But thanks for watching. Give us a like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you want to see in the future. Let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. Anything helps. Thanks for watching, guys. Fuck.